Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 4. Coverage you can count on.
Right now at 4, the U.S. House has passed a more than $2 trillion stimulus package meant to help Americans, the economy, and the healthcare system. Now, we're waiting for the president to sign it. Plus, Weiss and Brevard County leaders now want to lift the new beach restrictions. And the governor says he now wants people coming to Florida from parts of Louisiana to self-isolate for 14 days.
We are going to be authorizing the use of checkpoints on the roads coming into Florida.
Now we're breaking down his other big announcements in the last 90 minutes. The governor also suspended vacation rentals for 2 weeks because of coronavirus. I'm VANESSA ECHOLS.
And I'm Greg WARMOTH over in Studio C as again we continue to self-isolate here at Channel 9. In the last 90 minutes, officials said the 6th and 7th TSA officers at Orlando International Airport have tested positive for COVID-19. They also said the officers have not worked in the airport since February 4th and March 13th. Here are the latest numbers right now from the State Health Department. There are now 2,900 cases of coronavirus in Florida, up from more than 2,400 last night. There were also 6 new deaths reported overnight. None of them were here in Central Florida. There is a county-by-county breakdown of local cases on your screen right now. Orange County, by the way, leads Central Florida with 156 cases confirmed. Over the next 2.5 hours, you'll hear from our team of reporters spread across Central Florida and in Washington, D.C., all working from home. They've been working to bring you new stories about the impact of the coronavirus for us here in Central Florida and what's being done to fight it. We begin with Channel 9's SEABROOK, who just listened to the governor's news conference. Lauren joins us live. He made several announcements, including more help from people who need food, Lauren.
And Greg, we know a lot of people in our state will need that help right now, even people who have maybe never needed that help before. The governor says he asked the Department for Children and Families to increase SNAP benefits for hundreds of thousands of people in Florida. That is the state's food assistance program. Although Governor Ron DeSantis has come under fire by many across the state for not putting all of Florida under a stay-at-home order, he continues to stand behind his decision, saying President Donald Trump is doing something similar because different parts of the country are impacted in different ways.
That's been the approach that I've taken here in Florida from the beginning, and I think that tailored approach makes a lot of sense. So I was glad to see that because I think that really shows that Florida led the way.
DeSantis says since the state started forcing travelers from New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut to self-quarantine for 14 days, 3,400 passengers have been screened in Florida airports. He says it's led to a dramatic reduction in the overall number of people flying here. And now the state of Texas is doing the same. On top of that order, DeSantis is now requiring anyone coming from Louisiana, particularly New Orleans, the second highest hotbed in America, to also isolate themselves for 2 weeks. He even says our state will have checkpoints along the border in the Panhandle.
We're going to suspend for 2 weeks any new vacation rentals in the state of Florida. Again, the concern is people in some of these hot spots wanting to then come here. Now's not really the time to do that.
And the governor also gave an update on open hospital beds in Florida. He says there's more than 19,000 regular beds, 2,000 adult ICU beds, and 234 pediatric ICU beds. Hospital leaders in the Orlando metro have stressed a stay-at-home order is necessary to keep all of these beds ready for the people who need them the most. VANESSA.
We're following some breaking news right now. The Walt Disney Company said the Disney World Resort, that includes the theme parks, will remain closed until further notice because of the COVID-19 pandemic. A spokesperson also said the company will extend paying hourly park and resort cast members through April 18th. Officials say the safety and well-being of guests and employees remain the company's top priority.
Big news there, and in the last few minutes or so, stocks closed down on Wall Street after the House passed that historic economic relief package. It includes more than $2 trillion in aid for Americans struggling in this COVID-19 outbreak. ABC's Alex Perchet reports the measure is now waiting for the president's signature.
The motion is adopted.
The final hurdle of a $2 trillion package for COVID-19 relief cleared. The House passing the bill this afternoon on a voice vote after hours of debate. GOP Representative Thomas Massie of Kentucky objecting to the voice vote, forcing at least 216 of his colleagues to put their health at risk by flying to D.C. and gathering in the chamber in case they needed to record their vote. Representative Mary Gay Scanlon of Pennsylvania tweeting this photo. Members spacing themselves out on the floor and the chamber to ensure a quorum. Massie facing criticism from his own party.
Please stand down. We can't wait another day to help.
We owe all we have to our mothers and our fathers, to the generations who came before, and we must do all we can now to protect them.
After the bill passed over Massie's objections, he was still upset.
I came here this week to make sure our republic doesn't die in an empty chamber by unanimous consent.
We're so pleased today to be able to have passed on the floor.
With the passing of this bill, you will see that we will fight it together, and we will win together.
The bill will bring much-needed aid to millions of Americans now without sources of income. Checks expected to go out to most American families the beginning of April. After saying for days that manufacturers were voluntarily stepping up, President Trump today criticizing General Motors and Ford for not making ventilators sooner. In response, GM announcing they will begin building ventilators at a plant in Indiana. The question, though, will that be soon enough?
I hope we don't need 30,000 ventilators. I hope some natural weather change happens overnight and kills the virus globally.
Alex Perche, ABC News, Washington.
We have much more on this and how that money could get from the bill and when you could see it in your mail or direct deposit. We've posted all of that with hopefully enough of those questions answered for you on our website. Just check it out at WFTV.com. Vanessa?
130,000 unemployment applications were filed this week in Florida. The numbers were released by the Department of Economic Opportunity with the February unemployment numbers today. They come as thousands are complaining they are struggling to file their claims on the overloaded system. Channel 9's Shannon Butler is live now to explain how the state is responding.
Director of DEO said on March 7th they got about 28,000 calls. The week of March 14th, 228,000. Wrap your head around that for just a second. That's just calls that right now can't be answered because there just isn't enough staff. Now the agency is trying to hire 100 more employees.
We weren't prepared for something like this at all.
It's the same story for thousands of hospitality workers in Central Florida who are out of work and waiting for unemployment checks. The workers and the unions are calling on the governor to up the benefits from $275 a week and to make the process easier so they can feed themselves and their families.
It's less than the minimum wage. I mean, like you just said, let's live in the real world, okay? What is realistic to get by?
The Department of Economic Opportunity says in the first week of March, 5,300 applications were filed, 6,400 the week after that, all while those bars, theme parks, and restaurants were scaling back. But this past week, 130,000 applications were filed. DEO Executive Director Ken Lawson is asking for understanding that they're trying their best to deal with the increased call capacity.
We are doing everything we can as a department to help Floridians, get money in their pockets so they can feed themselves, help their families. And I'm going to ask for patience, of course, but I realize patience is thin in a situation where people are hurting.
The agency has said on Twitter that they are hiring more people in cities like Orlando and Jacksonville. They say they'll need 100 more. Now, today at the governor's press conference, he said he did not look at the letter that all those unions representing those out-of-work workers sent yesterday, since asking him for that unemployment system to be fixed. What they would like to see is upping that $275 a week minimum to meet kind of what the other states get. He would not say he would do that today. In fact, he really talked around this whole issue, one of the biggest issues facing this state right now, saying at the end, hey, he's looking at everything but hoping that stimulus package that was just passed will be the savior here, Greg.
Yes, we'll find out. All right, Shannon. A Brevard County policy group just voted to lift the imposed beach restrictions covering peak hours, but commissioners voted to ask the sheriff's office not to enforce the 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. closures of county beaches this weekend. Channel 9's Melanie Holt live in Cape Canaveral. And Mel, the city told you technically the beach there was closed until, what, just a few minutes ago?
That's right, but the city of Cape Canaveral also tells me that it adopted those more restrictive beach hours to curtail crowds. But locals tell me since public parking has been closed, and you can see it right here, no one parked here, they really haven't had a crowding issue. Instead, the city of Cape Canaveral tells me it's been working with the sheriff's office to educate the public to make sure they're adhering to social distancing and not in any groups larger than 10. Today through Sunday was supposed to be restricted beach hours on county beaches specifically, but I just learned in the last 5 minutes that the policy group that made that decision has now lifted that 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. ban after some feedback from county commissioners. Now, those were the hours that the county felt they might see an influx of beach traffic. The restrictions still fell short of closing the beaches altogether, and now, at least for the county, again, county beaches, those restrictions will not be in place this weekend. County commissioners were concerned because there was no discussion of how to handle that restriction with the public prior to that decision being made. It was made yesterday before it was rescinded just a few minutes ago. At this hour, I can tell you that the policy group again has rescinded that beach closure, but I'm told that county beach accesses and beachside parks will still remain closed.
I don't think they should restrict it, only because people have been respecting the rule about keeping the distance. And from day one, when we've been coming out here, everyone, even our neighbors, will talk from a distance.
Now, this does not apply to individual cities. I was able to reach out to the cities of Cocoa Beach and Satellite Beach this afternoon, and I was told they're not bound by that policy group's decision. They plan to have their beach closures through Sunday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. I've also been told that that will be strictly enforced by local law enforcement. Live here in Cape Canaveral, Melanie Holt, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
You can also find more resources and all of our coverage on COVID-19 in our special coronavirus in Central Florida section. It's at WFTV.com.